I was editing just now and I remembered that Jennifer Niven, the author of All the Bright Places, had reposted my post on Instagram, and I was so excited that day. I mean, I posted that thing, the screenshot of it everywhere. I'm going to insert a screenshot over here as well. It is one of my proudest moments being on Bookstagram. So, like, check out my Instagram, obviously. I'll leave a link in the description, and yeah, you make me lovely. Good morning for me. I've just woken up like 10 minutes ago. My hair is in a bun and I'm in a semi-agitated mood, but I just wanted to record this video real quickly because I'm not really getting time to do that. Not because I'm busy or something, but because I'm not in my own house, which you can see from the background. My last video was me opening my package, and there was a book, All the Bright Places, and this video I wanted to dedicate it to this book, obviously. So I've read it. It is 378 pages long, and it's very good, like very good. I mean, this is the kind of book I read. John Green is my favorite author. It portrays a lot of resemblance with John Green's books because it's a young adult fiction, and the guy in this dies. Oh my god, was this a spoiler? I shouldn't have given a spoiler, sorry, but yeah, the guy dies. I did not know it either. I mean, I knew this book had a very sad ending, but I tend to avoid spoilers before reading the actual book, so I was like clueless about the death. I expected Theodore Finch to run away because that is what he does, right? I mean, I didn't know he would die. So let us talk about the plot points of this book. This book is basically about wanderings undertaken by a boy and a girl who undertake it as a school project, but then they end up finding something better. This book is written in 3 parts, segregations, I guess. The first is Finch plus Violet, second is Violet plus Finch, and the third is Violet. So Finch plus Violet is majorly how Finch brings Violet out of this state of mind where she has been thrown in because of Eleanor's death. I think Eleanor's death. Second part is when Finch himself goes into another state of mind and Violet is trying to understand what is happening. The third is when Finch goes away and Violet is kind of there. Violet does not know what to do, but then he's gone, and then Violet starts blaming herself, and she undertakes all the rest of the 5 wanderings that were left without Finch. And the last wandering is my favorite part of the entire book. The last wandering does justice to the book. Okay, let's talk about the movie. I watched the movie yesterday night and I had my hopes already set very low because everybody I've come across who has read this book and watched the movie has said that the movie is a disaster. And I used to think it is only because the actor who is playing Theodore Finch, Justice Smith, I think that is his name, he does not resemble Theodore Finch at all. Because Theodore is like a very white guy with ocean blue eyes, and Justice is not that. But anyways, you don't judge a character by the actor he's portrayed by, right? So I was like, okay, fine, I'll keep that judgment aside and I'll try to watch the movie for the plot points. And then I started watching it. It rushed through everything. This book is written so well with so much descriptions and detailing, and that movie just rushed. It did not stop at all. I was not expecting such a rush movie for such a good book. I have been made to shift from the hall to this bedroom of mine. So now I'm sitting on my bedroom floor. But your clothes say different on my bedroom floor, yeah. My favorite quotation, I think it is common for everyone. It is, "You are all colors in one at full brightness." But I especially like this epitaph that Violet has written for Finch. Let me read it out. Theodore Finch, I was alive, I burned brightly, and then I died, but not really, because someone like me cannot, will not die like everyone else. I linger like the legends of the blue hole. I will always be here in the offerings and people I left behind. I really think this moved me when I read it, because it was like the perfect ending to the perfect book. Uh, One song that I relate the most to this book is Head Above Water by Avril Lavigne, because Theodore died inside the water drowning, and Avril Lavigne's song is about keeping your head above water because she does not want to die either. So I think that song perfectly fits this book. So The Last Wandering was marked by Theodore Finch without Violet knowing. So Violet just went on to search for that place, and she finds this traveler's resting place or something. Shit, I don't remember it anymore. Yes, so it is for the people who are distressed from traveling, and they can sit there and relax. It was made in the memoriam of people who die in auto accidents. So basically Theodore found this place for Eleanor and Violet, and also for himself because he was also a traveler. So they just he left a letter there, and the last line of the letter was, "You make me lovely," which is, I think it's very beautiful, because Violet was blaming herself for the death of Theodore Finch, but in The Last Wandering we see that Finch loved her. Finch never died because Violet did not understand her, and Violet had nothing to do with the death of Finch. And even Mr. Embryo, we saw that he had a soft spot for Theodore as well in the end. He was also blaming himself, but then he couldn't have done anything and he knew it, but Violet did not. So Violet realized this thing in The Last Wandering, which I think is awesome. That is it for today's video. I hope you liked it. If you did, let me know in the comments below. Like this video, subscribe to my channel, as always, customary thing, and also follow my Instagram page. The link will be in the description below, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.